Hey everyone, it's Tommy from the Goalie Creators Network, and today we are looking at not one, but two different Passau goalie sticks. So, let's get started. Now, first things first, it's extremely hard to review a Passau goalie stick. And the reason why is because of the many different areas of customization that they have. So, for example, this right here is a rounded toe, and you can also get it in a straighter toe. You can get different blade options, so they have various blades that you can get, and you can get your own custom blade. Of course, you can get your different paddle height, and one of the things that I think is really cool about the Passau goalie sticks is that you can order a different shaft height. So with a lot of custom goalie sticks, you're going to get a typical shaft height, and then you have to go ahead and cut it off. But not with Passau. It actually comes this way so that you are easily able to just tape it up and get ready for your game. Now, obviously, the other big ones is the kind of shaft. So if you have a laminated shaft or if it is just a typical wood shaft. This right here is a foam core. You can also get just a wood paddle. So for those of you who want a more traditional paddle, you can certainly do that. And they have other options as well, as like stiffness, color of course. They have a ton of options there. So there's just a ton of different ways that you can customize this stick. So in full fairness, I'm going to be reviewing it for these custom sticks that were made for me. And your experience might be a little bit different depending on what kind of flexibility you ordered from them. So now we can go ahead and get started. Now, admittedly, when I ordered these sticks, I ordered them as close as I could to sticks that I've previously used and that I really like. So I got a little bit more of a stiffer paddle here. I did go ahead and get the laminated shaft. This is the foam core, and this isn't my blade, so just to make sure that I get the sticks in time, so it wouldn't take any longer, I wanted to make sure that I got, just a nice little mid-curve that isn't too difficult to use. And I will say that these sticks are absolutely awesome. So I know that you guys have been asking for a very long time what I think of my Passau sticks, and I wanted to be able to use both kinds of sticks, and that way I could tell you exactly how I feel about them. And I use generally a thinner paddle, which this one has a very thin paddle, so that works out really nice. I can get my finger around it very easily. It is an extremely whippy paddle, so it doesn't feel like it has a ton of reinforcements going down, and that's perfectly fine. And you can see it's taking quite a few shots right here, and I believe a couple over here, and there's not so much as even a dent. And this is after a few months worth of use, and a few different tapings of use too. And you can probably even, just kind of squish that out, and you'll end up with a beautiful stick once again. Now the same thing with the shaft too. You can see there was a shot that took out just a little bit of the paint, but there's not a dent there. So that's absolutely awesome. And one of the things I really like about that, and about that laminated shaft, is it does give you that extra durability up here. So if you end up taking a shot to the shaft up here, it's not going to dent, or if it dents, it's just going to be a little bit. And that way, as you're going out for the poke check, it's not going to get caught up on that dent. So that's exactly what you want. Now, one of the other things I really like about this stick is not just that it is very thin, but it is extremely light. So I know that I've reviewed some sticks in the past that are more maybe mid-level sticks that tend to be a little bit on the heavier side. This one right here, crazy light. And this is extremely similar to my CCM Pro sticks that are over there. I would say that maybe the CCMs maybe even feel a little bit heavier. So these tend to be extremely well balanced, especially in terms of the blade. So I'll kind of show you the balance. I always show you guys where the balance of the stick is here. And like I said before, I didn't have to cut down the shaft here because I ordered it with my specific specs. And you can see it's right about there. So it's in a traditional area, and what that allows me to do is, of course, you control all of your balance right here, so it's going to be very well balanced all the way through. Now, I'll show you guys this mid-curve right here. So this is what the mid-curve looks like, and I'll try to get it as close as I can here so you guys can kind of see. So that's what you're looking at. It's your typical mid-curve stick, so if you like, a little height on the puck whenever you're shooting the puck, this is probably a good one for you. I don't really recommend heel curves too much, or at least not too much of a heel curve, because then, you're probably going to be letting in some 5-hole goals. Now, the reason why I have two different kinds of these sticks is not only because I really like this one, so I went ahead and got more, but I also wanted to show you guys they do have some grip options as well. So when I went back and was talking to you guys about the different areas of customization, grip is another one. So you can get traditional grips, you can get this one, which is called the Hasek grip, and there's a couple other grips too that you may want to take a look at. And it's all about your personal preference. So you can probably tell by the durability of this stick or what it looks like right now. I didn't use it too much because I was wanting to try out this Hasek grip, and you can see through my old grip, you know, I tend to be a person who I put my finger around the paddle right here. It's a little bit harder with this Hasek grip. But if you're one of those goalies who you really like to hold it like that instead, and that way, you know, when you're in the paddle down, it's not going to end up catching your finger on right here, or when the puck comes in, it's not going to catch your finger underneath. This would be a really good one for you. So, as you can see here, this is the Hasek grip. It's extremely similar to what Hasek had. I've actually had that grip before, and it works really well. I'm just not used to it anymore. But nonetheless, it's definitely an option. Now, another thing I really like about this Passau design is that it's a very muted design. So they have a lot of color combinations that are available, but ultimately, you're really only coloring 2 parts of this stick. Or maybe even 3 if you're going to consider the shaft part of it. But it's this base color right here, along with the logo. And then you have the shaft and the accompanying color up there. So it's very easy to pick out which colors you want, which combinations you want. And because there's not a lot of design, there's not a lot of, you know, wisps or lines, you know, like you see on some sticks, it's pretty easy to match to a set. So as you guys have probably seen, I've been using these sticks on and off for months now, and I haven't had even a single issue with them whatsoever. I actually still have the full pack back there in both the blue and in the red. And that's pretty incredible, you know, after months of use that I haven't even gone through a single stick yet. So that's pretty cool. So, if you guys have any questions whatsoever about the performance, the styling, the custom options, I know Tim McCarthy, who's one of their reps, who's extremely nice, and the guys down at Passau who are also extremely nice, and they're always willing to help. But definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and I always respond to every comment. So, good luck, and I'll see you out on the ice.